dark water flows where the cold Mediterranean wind blows. We watch the odds fade into the black. We're moving forward, no turning back. Shadows dancing on the white sand, echoes of music from a distant land, lost in a haze of a summer night, waiting for the sky to catch the light. The tide is rising, the base is near, in this dark paradise we have no fear. Get ready now, let the frequency rise, unlocking the secrets behind your Or concrete in the cold, where the heavy techno stories are told. The spree is quiet, cutting through the gray. We watch the neon beams begin to play. Industrial shadows hiding in the dark. No signs of life inside the empty park. Hold me close before the basslines start to blend. We are the dreamers waiting for the end. Can you feel the friction underneath the street? The underground is waking to the beat. Take a final breath as the frequencies rise, unlocking everything behind your eyes. Break the concrete, let the rhythm take your soul.
Driving through a midnight dream, the city breathes a quiet sigh underneath a velvet sky. Sydney Harbor sleeping in the blue. The ocean wind is whispering of you. Sails are wide, are blending with the dark, leaving on the water just a silent spark. Bridges glowing high above the deep, while the rest of the world is falling fast asleep. Hold my breath before we float away. We don't need the sun, we don't need the day. Can you feel the current pulling at the shore? In this dark paradise, we only ask for more. Take a final step into the neon light. Let us drown together in the endless into the deep ocean. Lose all control. Lost in Sydney night, we slip away, where the dark horizon turns to gray. Hear how the plugs scream, piercing the mind, leaving the chaotic world far behind. In Sydney night, under the harbor glow, we lose control, letting the heavy bass swallow the soul. Hear how the plugs scream, piercing the mind, leaving the chaotic world far behind. Fade away. Into the deep. Cairo is breathing under desert sand, a ancient river through a modern land. The city towers reflecting in the Nile. We lose ourselves inside this golden mile. Warm wind is blowing from the ancient plains, washing away the history and the pain. Hold my hand before the shadows fade away. We are the dreamers who refuse the day. Can you feel the heat rising in the dark? Every heartbeat leaving behind a spark.
sleeping under the moon. The tide is rising, but it's too soon. Floating away on a dark lagoon, drowned in the echo of a forgotten tune. Ancient walls whispering secrets tonight. Got the shadows hiding out of our sight. Hold my hand before we drift too far under the shadow of a dying star. Take your soul. Lost in Venice night, we slip away where the dark horizon turns to gray. Hear how the plugs scream, piercing the mind, leaving the chaotic world far behind. In Venice night.
Lost in the soul night, fading to blue, drowning in rhythm, just me and you. Hear how the plugs scream, cut in the air. Nothing can stop us, we're already there. In the soul night. Under the skyline, we break the control, letting the bassline take over the soul. Hear how the plugs scream, cut in the air. Nothing can stop us, we're already there. Hey, hey, into the Dubai Marina, towers in the gold. A million stories waiting to be told. The desert wind is whispering your name. We're playing with a different kind of game. Reflections dancing on the water deep, while all the world is falling fast asleep. Supercars fading in the blur of white. We are the kings and queens of the night. The glass is shining, the air is getting tight. We're breaking limits, chasing down the light. Get ready now, let the frequency rise. Unlocking the secrets behind your eyes. Step into the neon. Let the bassline run. Lost in Dubai night, we slip away where the dark horizon turns to gray. Hear how the plugs scream, piercing the mind, leaving the chaotic world far behind in Dubai.
Silence speaks in Liverpool tonight. We're drowning in the silver light. No footsteps on the cobblestone, just two hearts in the shadow zone. The clock is ticking on the wall, but we don't care, we let it fall. Floating high above the street, waiting for the stars to meet. Hold your breath, the night is ours, fading through the neon showers. Can you feel it start to rise? Look into my open into the dark. Let the bassline leave a mark. Take me under the skyline glow, where the deep horizon flows. Feel the pressure, feel the release in the night. We find our peace under the skyline glow. Fade away into the glow. London fog is rolling down the street. Cold cobblestones beneath our moving feet. Big Ben chiming in the misty air. We're running blind, but we don't even care. Time you feel the shivers starting to grow? Watching the dark river Thames flow. Take my hand before the morning cries. Look at the neon through my open eyes. Step into the fire. Let the bassline take your soul. Lost in London night, we slip away where the dark horizon turns to gray. Hear how the clocks scream, piercing the mind, leaving the chaotic world far behind in London night. In London night. Under the city glow, we lose control, letting the heavy bass swallow the soul. Hear how the plugs scream, piercing the mind, leaving the chaotic world far behind. Fade away into the mist. Sending river whispers, pulling me deep, while the rest of Paris is falling asleep. Eiffel is shining in a distant haze, lost with you in this midnight maze. Cobblestone shadows under our feet, where the past and the future finally meet. Don't let me go as the city turns cold. This is the prettiest story untold. Can you feel the heartbeat cutting the air? Take me away, I don't care where. Hold on tight before the morning light. Let us drown in the endless night. Feel the fire. whispers to a quiet land. The mountain silhouettes against the gray. We watch the city lights just fade away. Warm breezes moving through the open air. We're running wild without a single care. Hold me before the stars begin to fall. This is the midnight that belongs to all. Look at the neon through my open eyes. Into the dark way. Let the bassline take your soul. Take me under the Sydney Harbor, sleeping in the blue. The ocean wind is whispering of you. Sails of white are blending with the dark, leaving on the water just a silent spark. Bridges glowing high above the deep, while the rest of the world is falling fast asleep. Hold my breath before we float away. We don't need the sun, we don't need the day. Can you feel the current pulling at the Digital stars driving too fast past the neon bars. Soul is awake, but I feel so alone, looking for you in this kingdom of stone. Glowing in a ruby red shade, watching the memories we secretly made. Don't say it's over, don't leave me behind. You are the loop playing inside my mind. Can you feel the static under my skin? Lost in soul night, we fade away, where the dark horizon turns to gray. Hear how the clocks scream, piercing the mind, leaving the chaotic world far behind. Amsterdam canals, the green, the prettiest night that I've ever seen. Bridges are glowing under the mist, like a secret world that shouldn't exist. We bicycle through the alleyways cold, chasing a dream that is centuries old. Don't say goodbye, just look at the sky, let the reflection catch your eye. Can you feel the magic starting to brew? Every single heartbeat belongs to you. Hold me close before the morning comes. Listen to how the frequency Icelandic frost biting on my skin. I don't know where to start or where to begin. The green aurora bleeding through the dark, leaving on the snow a silent spark. We run away from everything we knew, frozen in time, just staring at the view. The world is sleeping under layers of ice, but in your arms I found my paradise. Tell me that this midnight is yours and mine. Hold me close before the colors fade away. We don't need the sun. we slip away, where the dark horizon turns to gray.